Hello and welcome to another episode of One Fall WrestleCast Live. Tom and I are here with you today. We've got plenty of things to talk about after a week off. We have a new WWE Undisputed Champion. We've got the Rumble right there, just so close we can touch it. Dave Meltzer's CM Punk's got some shit to say, and potentially a new buyer has emerged for WWE. We've got all this plus plenty more. We'll catch you on the other side.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
What's up, dude?
It's been a busy 2 weeks.
Certainly has.
It's been a very busy 2 weeks. I think I've seen more 10-year-old more 10-year-old girls basketball than I'd care to see in a lifetime.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was,
I mean, hopefully she got to play because we had a game this past Saturday, a basketball game this past Saturday, and my son's coach wanted to beat this other team so badly that he decided to only play 4 of his 9 kids for 47 seconds to end the first half. But we're talking about 6 and 7-year-olds.
so wildly enough, their team has been plagued with injuries this year. So much to my daughter's, I don't want to say dismay because she loves to play, but like she is not an Iron Man as far as basketball is concerned. But this week she had to be an Iron Woman. She was doing what we would refer to as a Broadway in wrestling terms. Lots of that. She was I washed the drenched uniform several times because to her credit she plays hard as hell the whole time, but good God, like coming off the court after playing basically the whole hour. But unfortunate injuries led to that, but my daughter being the made of steel, much like her father, knock on wood, no injuries to speak of, but it's hard to move these Velto legs for 60 minutes straight. I'll tell you what. So, but yeah,
I'll tell you what.
But no, she did get to play quite a lot, probably more than she wanted to play. She's 10. There, the coach does a good job of rotating girls in and out. She really does. But when you're down to 6, there's not, and it's 5-on-5. There's not a whole lot of girls to rotate. So there was a lot of that. So we were down some bodies, several healthy bodies for several of these games. So she played quite a bit due to unfortunate injuries, and I hope that everybody's wrists get better because good Lord.
Yeah, for sure. So
I got engaged since we talked. I mean, you and I talked, but
yeah, I knew. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
we talked, but yeah,
spectacular news.
it was
It's
terrifying.
amazing. It's amazing to me that you found somebody to, let alone twice. I just don't.
Buddy, I'm as shocked as you are. Okay, I'm as stunned as you are. 2 times. I'm equally as stunned as you are. Had a good
Right,
run.
A couple more, and you'll be on that Ric Flair status.
I mean, I feel like Rick was way ahead. I feel like Rick was way ahead of me at 41. He was probably on number 5 by 41, at least number 4. So I can't. I don't know that I'm gonna try to hit those numbers. I'd rather this be it. This be the last one. Because I don't know if there's any other women in this world that are going to put up with me. If I'm being completely honest, this is probably the last one. I found her. That's it. We're just gonna stop here.
Hell yeah. Congratulations, bud. We're all happy for you guys. Looking forward to the
Party invites coming. Well, once we figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll deal with that next year. That's next year's problem. That's not this year's problem.
Yeah, for sure. So, are you happy? You happy, Tom?
I mean, with wrestling? I'm happy for a couple things.
Yeah. Are you happy
about what we're about to talk about?
Are you happy about the fact that we have a new WWE undisputed world champion?
So you'd have made fun of me if you were here when it happened. You'd have been like, "Can you sit down? Shut up."
You were embarrassing, weren't you?
I was embarrassing. I was by myself, but I was.
Oh, you were super embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. It was like Ashley went up to read. I'm down here. We don't have the kids on Friday, so I'm down here. I'm here in my office by myself, and yes, fuck yes, holy shit, and like because just the whole way it ended, like Jacob Fatu showing up, which is like blew my mind, right? Because
they wasted no time getting those two in a program together, did they?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Here, Jacob. Here's the deep end. See if you can swim.
Yeah. What? Like Jesus Christ. So Jacob Fatu shows up, beats the shits out of both of these guys. Like whoops both their asses after what is two out of three falls match, and the last one's the steel cage. I know there's a lot of people that hate this, but God, I love this finish so much. Because, like, Jacob Fatu shows up, kills everybody, looks like a monster, right? After he kills Cody, Drew, like, drags his broken body out the door. And I know everybody hates the leaving through the door finish of the cage.
No, I loved the fact that it ended this way because to me this was just a giant fuck you to Jesse Ventura.
It was so like
because don't forget Drew was in that match with Priest when Ventura had that fucking shit call.
You know what? I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it was because it was Priest that won, and I think about Priest just walking out the door. I kind of didn't think about that Drew was the opponent in that. But like holy shit, dude, like what a great ending. I knew like some shenanigans were going to happen or I was going to be real upset because what the hell? Stop, shut up. Okay. Sorry. Like I knew some weird shenanigans were going to happen because it was like, well, it's not actually going to be cool. Like stuff's going to screw up. Blah, blah, blah. Like I knew something bad was going to happen. And it was going to either be like, I was going to be upset that Cody retained or whatever. But this is like best case scenario. Like,
yeah, I think so too.
And I'm one of those guys who like, I feel like WWE needs to do stuff like this more often where it's like somebody comes out, but when they do it,
you said doo-doo.
They have to like, I have to like appreciate it real hard because like, this is them pandering to me, very specific.
Oh God, yeah, you got Phil very upset when you say things like this.
What, them pandering to me?
Yeah,
I know I did, and we could talk about him in a minute. But like, this is one of those things where it's just like I can't help but be excited when we get a title change, and Cody's reign. His second reign, I understand why he won it. I understand why he held it as long as he did. But good Lord, if he kept it until WrestleMania, nobody would have cared. I wouldn't have cared. Honestly, if he'd have kept it to the Royal Rumble, I wouldn't have cared about him anymore. I barely cared about him. So anyway, that win was great. Jacob Fatu re-entering really just sort of injects life into SmackDown, which has basically been, and I've said this on this program, basically has been like, nobody really needs to watch SmackDown, right? Like, why would you watch SmackDown? Cody's going to come out. What do you want to talk about? And he's going to overcome whatever the monster of the week is, and that's going to be that.
I love that he addressed that this past Friday also.
Yeah.
You've become very episodic. Episodic.
Phonic boom.
Oh, buddy, come on. That's too much too soon.
The movie's not even out yet. Although
That's too much too soon.
I will go see it when it comes out. For those of you that don't know, I'm a big fighting game fan. I fucking love Street Fighter. So I'm going to see the fact that like all my wrestling heroes are in the Street Fighter movie is, again, they're pandering to me. Right. We've talked about this, and Street Fighter 2 is, but from Sega is still on your. I think I played that copy with you.
Probably at some point for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, fantastic. Loved it, and again loved. SmackDown is now the show to watch. Like that. Well, at least for this portion of now, I'm interested in Cody again because Jacob Fatu is back. This is new and interesting and shiny. Drew is the new champion. This is new and interesting and shiny. We have a Royal Rumble coming up. Whomever wins the Royal Rumble could be like, Drew McIntyre, fuck you. I'm gonna beat the shits out of your face. Obafemi's in the mix still. Lots of cool shit happening. Very excited, ready to go. If anything, Raw feels like it's a little. I don't want to say it feels like it's a little stale, but it's taken a little bit of a back seat for a moment, which is nice because it's been in the driver's seat since they got on Netflix. So for the last year, SmackDown has felt like a redheaded stepchild, and now we can finally get some.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is supposed to be the A show, right? Flagship program.
I mean, there was a point in time where that was true when they got that $1 billion Netflix deal, that $1 billion Fox deal, and then that ended, and then Raw got the $5 billion Netflix deal. So yeah, that's it's been a little bit of a back and forth there, a ping pong, if you will, which is the best name for that game ever. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. You not like ping pong? Not a ping pong fan?
No, it's not that at all. My computer's doing that thing, and I was just trying to lay out as much as I could because I knew eventually it would try to catch back up. Yeah.
See, you've been caught up on my end like the whole time.
Yeah. It's not been that way over here. So I just kind of just sat back and listened to as much as I could amongst you going.
At least a lot of that was me saying ping pong.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. So hopefully
Oh no, he's frozen. He's frozen. Drew McIntyre has claymored Walt's computer into the nether realm.
Yeah.
There we go. We're back.
Okay.
Was your computer claymored?
Nah, yeah. Drew just come in here, real quick. 3, 2, 1, bah.
I don't like that, actually. The countdown. It's been like
heelish.
It's been like 5 years of that. It's still terrible every time it doesn't happen as often as it used to. Like babyface Drew would really.
Yeah.
And I know the crowd.
honestly, I can deal with the countdown. I'm just glad the fucking sword's gone. You know.
It was real bad. That sword was bad, especially when he would cut the rope with it. Like he would swing it in, and like, dude, are you really gonna try to cleave an opponent? Like that was some Vince McMahon shit right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I think it's good for SmackDown. I agree with you, and I think the fact that Jacob Fatu's back, and we've got this little bit of muddy water at the top. Obviously, they did the Fatal 4-Way this past week to see who was going to be Drew McIntyre's opponent at Saturday night's main event, or I'm sorry, at the Royal Rumble. That Fatal 4-Way will take place at Saturday night's main event. Obviously, a quick push to get something big on Saturday night's main event, which is I didn't think that
it's the Saturday before the Rumble. It's next Saturday, so
yeah,
or it's this coming Saturday. It's this Saturday, and then the Rumble is the 31st, which is the next Saturday.
So lots going on there, lots to look at and deal with there. I don't mind that the water's a little muddy at the top. I like that they've infused the main event picture with someone like a Trick Williams, who's obviously not going to win.
No.
I think that probably Randy gets the nod on that because he can take the pin and not be hurt by it.
Yeah.
Give Drew that first title defense, et cetera, et cetera. I think all of that will be really, really good for Drew to get him off and running, even though I imagine he probably loses at WrestleMania to Jacob Fatu. # hot take.
Somebody. Or Obafemi, which also would make sense. But I think so. My only thought on that particularly, and then we can talk about the Royal Rumble and the build next if you want to. But my whole thought on that is that, like, I wouldn't hate it if Trick wins and then has a really, really good showing against Drew, but comes up just a little bit short, because Drew is a heel, and if Drew does some heelish shit, just to kind of squeak by Trick. And like Drew is kind of like sitting there clutching the title, like, oh shit, I almost lost to this new guy, kind of thing. I think that does more for Trick than Trick just randomly not getting pinned in a Fatal 4-Way. That's just my opinion. I do think that Trick Williams is and can be a big star. But I guess time will tell. I think that's an option, and I wouldn't hate if that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sold on Trick Williams on the main roster, if I'm being honest with you. I'm just not here for it yet, and I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
It's not just you, because there's somebody else that feels that way, and maybe we should talk about him next.
Being extreme, like I don't know, man. I've been extremely negative on both products recently, and I've really kind of fallen into this trap where it's like, yeah, I don't really care. Like I was watching SmackDown from Friday the other night, and they trotted Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair out there to tag against. I'm like, why? What the fuck? And I ended up turning the fucking show off, and I never turned it back on. It's like I get it. I understand, like, you're trying to build Julia up, and the best way to do that is to put her out there with the legs of a Charlotte Flair and an Alexa Bliss, and then you have Kiana James eat the pin because that's what makes sense. But it's like, why?
It's basically a throwaway, yeah.
Make it make sense. And it's just week after week, I just feel like it's just there. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go play PlayStation. Like I got a better way to spend 3 hours, man. Like I just don't. And usually with me, it comes and goes, and it's generally about this time, and then the Royal Rumble sucks me back in. But like I don't think I've ever. I can't say ever, but since the creation of this show, I don't think that I've ever just been so down on pro wrestling. Like, I could give two shits. I just, it's.
So I'm like, to challenge you on this, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit up on it at the moment. I'm feeling good about what's happening on SmackDown. I feel like AEW is, I don't want to say they're finding their groove because that's not, but like AEW is sort of back to what AEW sort of started out to be, whereas like their highs are super high, but their lows are also super low. And it's one of those things where it's just like, AEW to me now has almost become a like, if it's on and like I don't have anything to do on a Wednesday, great, and I can like throw it on and like do other stuff and then pay attention to the guys that I like, because the guys that I like are doing good stuff. But then there's like guys that I don't like, and it's like we're just filling time a lot of times. And like I think maybe that's sort of where they've come up, where it's like, oh my god, I don't watch AEW sometimes and go, oh, that was the worst thing I've seen on wrestling. It's like they're just filling time sometimes, and it's not bad per se, but it's like a lot of it's not good. But then there's like, in a 2-hour show, there's 15 really good minutes. And then there's an hour and 45 minutes. And as far as, wrestling's concerned, the fact that WWE is like kind of more consistently not bad too, it's like it's hard to be, but you're right, it's a little static on the on the E side of things.
I don't know, man. It could just be a me thing, and it's like, yeah, I'm super excited about Drew winning the title and kind of hitting the reset button there, and then all the shit with Jacob Fatu, and then obviously him coming out in London on Friday and cutting his little promo in the middle of the ring, and then Cody coming out, and then the pull apart. It's the same. What Roman Reigns say? It's like missionary every single night. It's just the same thing over and over and over again.
I feel like that's maybe the Cody Rhodes character, if we're being honest, as far as that whole part of it is concerned. I'm interested to see, because like heel Cody Rhodes is better, but like babyface Cody Rhodes is almost like there's just not enough people to be the babyface.
Yeah, but I think for me, dude, like there's so many other types of talents that I would rather watch, and it's like I understand that we've got to start building up the new young guns, and like I hate the Trick Williams and Julia are catching all my flack this evening, but it's like I got a lot of respect for what both of those people do in the ring, but it's like feed me fucking where's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa? Like where are those guys?
Ciampa's leaving, so
yeah,
like,
allegedly.
not gonna, allegedly.
You know what I mean? Like, well,
so
where are those guys at?
Not to put a little bit of extra rain on your parade for that, but tonight Javon Evans got hurt during a commercial break, so they nixed the match during the commercial break. El Grande Americano wins, and they just Javon Evans left. It looked like he tore up a pec or something in his shoulder. He was playing with this right here on his way up the ramp. So I don't know what happened or where he did it or what happened, but
El Grande Americano.
Yeah,
he was actually on WWE TV.
He is on WWE TV almost every week.
Oh.
Well, every other week. We'll go with every other week.
You mean to tell me that this isn't the worst gimmick ever in WWE history? Yeah, sure, he's over in Mexico, maybe even over in America, and people are demanding more of him, but it's just not working. Uncle Dave. It's over in Mexico and America, but it's just not working.
I mean,
isn't the idea to get over?
If we're, he's over in Ireland. They were in Ireland tonight. They were over tonight. This is one of the most over mid-card gimmicks in the history of over mid-card gimmicks.
What are they going to do when Chad Gable comes back?
Have two Americanos. Holy shit. Have two clearly very separate guys. One guy that's like 6'6", another guy that's like 5'8", and have them both show up and do the Spider-Man meme. Like this is a mid-card gimmick that basically writes itself. Like this is the gimmick. Like you can put this because anybody can be El Grande Americano, and like you can just this can be infinite. Like this is quite frankly one of the most like bulletproof ironclad gimmicks that WWE or any wrestling company has ever really produced. This is the LA Park, the La Parka of the modern times. This is like which it blows my mind that this is how Dave feels, because like Dave is supposed to be a wrestling historian, and like this is how lucha gimmicks work, right? Like they're passed on, other people hold them.
I mean, we had Rey Mysterio, and then we had Rey Mysterio Jr., and now we have Rey Mysterio again, even though technically Rey Mysterio is Rey Mysterio Jr.
Mm-hmm. Like this is how all of this, like as far as Lucha Libre and all this is concerned, and like commentary, like this is where commentary really shines. Corey Graves has sold this to a point that's like just listening to Corey Graves talk about all of this is unbelievable. What's his name? British guy. He does a great job too.
Wade Barrett.
Yes. Wade does a great job too with this, but Corey Graves with this is like when he likes to school Michael Cole about what is going on. Like Michael Cole, you just don't understand Lucha Libre and how this all works. And it works so well and every time. And Dave is right. It's over in America. It's over in Mexico. I watched tonight. It was over in it's over in Ireland. So I mean, where is it not over? And isn't that the point of wrestling, is to get over?
Like when Chad Gable got hurt, and like we were doing the gimmick here, it's like Chad Gable is not Grande Americano, and El Grande Americano is not Chad Gable. At least I was doing it. I was protecting the kayfabe on that. Yeah. And then when they just plugged in Ludwig Kaiser, right? Like genius. It was probably one of the more brilliant things that had happened in the last 8 months on WWE television, that we just plugged a 6'5" German guy
who speaks fluent Spanish, by the way,
into this like masked Lucha Libre gimmick that a 5'4" American Olympian started.
And yeah, and let's least we forget, they also plugged in Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yes.
Like as just his like lackeys.
And like
Rio and Grande.
And then they paired him up with Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day for a little while, and there was some shenanigans going on there, and now he's in AAA and he's all over fucking WWE TV. It's like, what is your problem, Dave? Like, seriously,
you guys have taken over the
not
world.
Everything needs to be fucking blood and guts, gory pro fucking wrestling, barbed wire and fuck. Miss me with that shit. This is fun. It's lighthearted. Okay. And Ludwig Kaiser can fucking perform. All right. He's great in ring. He's got such a fun technical style, and wrestling under the mask with like his minimal aerial assault. I don't understand what Dave's issue is here. I really don't. I hope that they do the Spider-Man multiverse thing when Chad Gable comes back. You know what I'm saying? Something, even though I think they did it with with the lackeys, but like you get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
let's have some
do
fun
it
with
again.
this.
Look,
Yeah, let's run with it.
wrestling doesn't have to be like one and done. Like you can repeat the gimmicks. Triple H came out and told everybody to suck it for like 10 years. We can do this again. They could do it like once a month.
Yeah.
It's and the Americanas don't even have to work. That's the beauty of it, is that like once Gable's healthy and comes back, they don't even have to work together. They can just like happenstance come across each other and like be confused. That would be amazing. What if that like led to a WrestleMania match?
Yeah.
Be amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
and like I don't, and to piggyback off of what you were saying, like Dave's supposed to be this pro wrestling historian, and it's like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, why are you the way that you are? And you know, I've said this a million times, and I'm gonna say it a million more, and I keep saying the same thing, and I'm starting to look like an asshole, and I don't need any help looking like an asshole, but I'm tired of talking about Dave Meltzer, but like he just sometimes does something so undeniably fucking stupid that you have to discuss it. You have to bring it up. I don't understand what his problem is with this. Wrestling is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be escape from reality. It's supposed to be lighthearted. You're supposed to be able to sit down and suspend your disbelief. We all know it's bullshit, Dave. Okay? But you know what? There's nothing that I enjoy more. Well, not recently, but there's nothing that I enjoy more than sitting down and watching fucking pro wrestling on TV. And not everything is gonna fucking scratch your itch. You know, I'm quoted on this program several thousand times talking about how great of an in-ring performer Bianca Belair is, but like I just don't care because she's not for me, right? And like it's just one of those things. Not everything is for you, Dave. And the things that aren't for you, you should just shut the fuck up about because you sound stupid.
yeah.
Okay? You
And
sound
like
stupid. And
it's
you've lost all of your credibility with 96% of the internet wrestling community. 90% of pro wrestling watchers don't give a fuck what you have to say.
and we make fun of you.
Like maybe it's time for you to take the Vince McMahon treatment and just say, "Well, it's been a great run, folks, but I'm hanging up the boots. That's good shit, pal." Ha ha ha, and just tweet and fucking go away, bro. I think that the wrestling space would be a much happier place if you just went away. You and Wade Keller and all of the rest of the fucking fossils need to go away.
Brian
The product
Alvarez.
is different now, okay?
Alvarez.
And while you continue to sit here and say, "Oh, well, AEW is like New Japan," okay, great. New Japan's got its place in this world. AEW's got its place in this world. WWE's got its place in this world. But you know what? Everybody doesn't like everything, and that's okay. We're allowed to have a difference of opinion and still be people, aren't we, Dave? Shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm so sick and tired of you thinking that you are the fucking god of pro wrestling journalism, that you are the foremost authority in all opinions pro wrestling. Shut the fuck up. You and all your buddies, fuck off. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I couldn't agree more. It's just a matter of like, you're a guy that's just like, he's just like, well, this is wrong. And
there's a reason that you go to Baskin Robbins and they've got fucking 31 flavors, bud. You know, you might not like the peanut butter cup surprise berry crunch, right? You might like the fucking brownie batter fucking candy corn, and that's okay. But guess what? You still like fucking ice cream, don't you?
I mean,
Huh? You still like ice cream, Tom?
I love ice cream.
Okay, then you know what, Dave? Wrestling's a lot like ice cream. There's different flavors for different folks, and not everything is going to be for everybody. And the fact that you can want to continue to get on your fucking stupid little can't even form a fucking sentence, and I think that Paul Levesque is going to get fired, and Shut the fuck up, bro. Seriously.
Everybody's been saying this for
Die. How about that? Just die.
the Paul. Yikes. The Paul Levesque getting fired stuff reminds me of like people being like, I'm sorry, buddy. My uncle works for Blizzard. You're going to get banned from World of Warcraft forever. Sorry it had to come to this. Like, no, like, wrong. You're wrong. Nobody takes Dave seriously. He's not a serious figure. He's not a serious journalist. Maybe at one point he was. I don't know. But I think maybe at one point he didn't have, like, competition. Like, it was just, he had guys on the inside.
Yeah, he mattered in a pre-internet world before every asshole like you and I had an outlet to talk to spew our bullshit. And unfortunately for Dave, he hasn't changed.
And he's doubled down on his not change. Like, he's like, no, it's not me. It's the Simpsons meme of like, it's not the kid, it's the kids that are wrong. I'm not wrong. He's Skinner from The Simpsons. Skinner. It's him. He is Skinner. And particularly on the El Grande Americano thing, like, oh, sure, he's over in America and he's over in Mexico and he's over in Ireland now and he's over in Europe and he's okay. So he's fucking over, bro. Like, it's an over mid-card gimmick. That's literally the bread and butter of pro wrestling.
But in the meantime, he's on fucking all fours, gargling fucking some no-name fucking chooch in AEW's fucking nuts in his fucking mouth, who is lower mid-card, and everybody's like, who the fuck is this guy? I just don't understand.
Well, it's like Dave's upset that like there's a lower mid-card guy in AEW who's not getting the same opportunities that El Grande Americano is getting in WWE. And it's like, dude, you're the guy that also gets like contract, and like, why are you not criticizing AEW for the like non-opportunities they're giving guys you like versus like, holy shit, fucking El Grande Americano is getting over everywhere he goes, because this gimmick is basically like Doink the Clown, but like the way that it was done right before Matt Bourne, became a Matt Bourne left and it became a dumbass gimmick.
Yeah, like, wasn't it like Ray Apollo came in and they made it funny, and Matt Bourne, good God, that early Doink the Clown, my God,
gave me nightmares. We were like 7.
God. I love going back and watching like that, like pre-WrestleMania 9 time when Doink first started showing up. Oh, my God,
gave me nightmares.
God, that was so good.
I am still kind of afraid of clowns.
Such an underrated fucking run, and I don't think that it's underrated from the standpoint of folks don't appreciate what Matt Bourne brought to that character. And like I think that, but the fact that like it's not propped up more because Matt Bourne, who Matt Bourne was, I think is the reason that it doesn't get as much love and respect as it should. God, what a great short little run that was. What was that, like a year and a half?
Which truthfully is like, in wrestling, a year and a half is a decent run.
And then, he went off the rails, and then,
I mean, he was dead at like 36.
Man,
so like,
it's great.
Yeah, but it was right. Like, again, literally, I am still kind of afraid of clowns because of him. That's my like. He made me kind of afraid of clowns. So during that run of Doink the Clown, my parents took me to the circus. And like there were clowns, and I said to my dad, I want to leave. I don't want to be here around clowns. I don't like clowns. We need to go. And like that's the like kind of, that's the effect that you want people to have. El Grande Americano is the effect you want a mid-card wrestling character to have, and you want them to be relevant. You want them to be competent in the ring, in Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable's, credit, they're fucking fantastic in the ring. And like this is what you want to happen. You want there to be interesting things going on, and this is immeasurably interesting in wrestling, where like we just talked about it. There are a lot of things, particularly on the top end, that become so boring and not interesting, and this is interesting. It's interesting to talk about. It's interesting to think about. It's interesting to fantasy book. Oh man, who could it be? We know who it is, but like what happens when? And this is interesting. And when things are interesting, it's over because it just is. And you know, I'm not going to sit here in an El Grande Americano hoodie, but like, you know, Donovan Danhausen is going to be a free agent.
Ah,
Americano-hausen? Do we get an Americano-hausen? Like, there are so many angles you could go with this, where it's just like, what is happening? What is even happening? Can you imagine Danhausen painted on El Grande Americano, or just wearing the mask and like El Grande Americano pulling it off and it being Danhausen underneath him and him just throwing teeth and running away? Like, yeah, exactly. Cursed, throwing teeth, running away. Like, there are so like, you could do so much with this that would be so interesting and so fun, and just kind of pull it all in. You could do that. You could even do that on NXT, but it would blow the internet apart, right? You would get, and that's part of what the world is now, is that like you don't necessarily have to have like, oh my god, we got 60 million people to watch our show this week. Like, you have a part where Danhausen comes out dressed as El Grande Americano, and El Grande Americano demasks him, and he goes, and then throws a jar of teeth in El Grande Americano's face and runs away.
it's viral on the internet, and WWE gets paid millions of dollars for its virality.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. Like, that's, we would talk about it 10 years from now. Remember when Danhausen was El Grande Americano and he threw teeth? Like, fucking, it's incredible.
Yeah.
We'd get everybody over forever. It would be amazing. Iconic.
At the end of the day, Dave, shut the fuck up. That's really what Tom and I are trying to say here. Just shut up. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy wrestling. That's it. I don't know what else to fucking say about that.
I hope we just fantasy booked Danhausen's return or Danhausen coming to WWE. I hope.
Yeah, that would be great. But you know who that would piss off? That would piss off Phil. Okay. People just seem to want to be angry about everything because it didn't happen the way they fantasy booked it in their head. To me, that's a slight mental illness. Like, hey, I bought tickets to go to this wrestling show, and then I took on Twitter and wrestling journalists 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 0 reports that there are going to be a big surprise guest. I go to the show, and there's no big surprise guest, and I spend an unhealthy amount of time complaining about that online. And it's just like, Rob, you weren't promised a big surprise guest. Somebody that probably knows less about what they're talking about than you do, and is just a fan, just like you, made some shit up on the internet and passed it off as journalism, and you're getting mad at that. Straight from Phil's mouth.
And now we're talking about Jericho. I hate to agree with Phil. Am I the only one that's still in that camp? I hate to agree with him. I really do. I mean, he's right. Like, so when this all happened, like, I'm not pretty active. I'm minimally active on the internet about, like, Jericho's not showing up randomly. Like, that's not happening. Like, it's too big of a name. He thinks too much of himself. It's not happening that way. Like, no, bro, Jericho's coming. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. And it's like, okay, well, we'll revisit this. And here we are, January 19th. Nobody's seen Jericho. Did he re-sign with AEW? Did he sign with WWE? Did he not sign with anybody? Is he on tour with Fozzy until February? Because that seems to be the only thing that's like confirmed. Because he's playing Fozzy shows right now in indoor small venues. Like, but why? Why would Jericho show up like around the holidays, particularly? Because like nobody's watching. He
Yeah.
knows that.
No, exactly. He's been around long enough.
Like, if anything, look, if we don't see Chris Jericho show up in the Royal Rumble, I'll be a little surprised. But also, it's in Saudi Arabia, so I won't be.
Well, I'm glad that you brought Chris Jericho and the Royal Rumble up because there appears to be some pictures that are starting to leak to the internet from Saudi Arabia, and one of those giant building-sized promo posters with a bunch of like random faces on it. In the very pixelated, blurry digital photo, one of those giant building posters appears to be Chris Jericho.
I saw that too, but it was so shadowy that like it could be Chris Jericho, but it could literally be like Cody Rhodes too. Like it could be almost anybody. I hope it's Chris Jericho. I really do. Like I would love for Chris Jericho to be in the. I feel like the last time we saw Chris Jericho was in the Royal Rumble. Am I not wrong?
You could be.
I just the last like important time anyway. And it would be great if like his countdown was because like I feel like the crowd in the building that isn't complete yet, which is another sort of controversy.
Oh yeah, it's next on my list of topics. So
the building that's not complete yet. The crowd there might not get it, but for the millions watching at home, we'll all be like, "Oh, oh," and it'll be him, and we'll be like, "Holy shit, holy shit!" I mean, that could be
unless
great.
he's number one, and the place just goes dark, and then it just break the wall down.
I mean, he's gonna be like 16, right? And then he's gonna be tossed before 20 comes out, right? Like that,
Yeah.
like that. That's what's gonna happen. Sorry, Chris, but that's what's gonna happen. I mean, if he's even there, he's on tour right now with his kind of not great band. I'm sorry, Fozzie's not good. I want to like Fozzie. It's rough. It's a rough band. Judas was a perfectly decent song that he got over to a wrestling audience. He's a bad singer. He's not good live. Kudos to him for being a big fan of heavy metal and like classic heavy metal and all that, but like I don't know. It's like I don't want to gatekeep him and like shit talk him or anything because like I'm sure everybody likes stuff I don't like, but man, it's a rough band to like be like, oh yeah, Fozzy. Like I don't want to see Fozzy live. I will generally go see anybody live. Unless I get free tickets, I'm not going.
You're a hater.
A hater wouldn't go with free tickets. I'm like a step above a hater.
Oh, so you're a mark.
Is that where it goes?
You're a fucking mark.
Is that where it goes?
Yeah, I'd say that's where we're going.
That's the next step. All right. Well, I'm a mark then. All right.
Yeah, fucking mark.
I'll go for free tickets and I'll sing.
There you go. Hey, fucking mark.
Yeah. All right.
Well, if I have to go, I mean, I'm only gonna go because the tickets were free.
April Christopher Jericho has given me a ticket to his show. I will go and be straight edge in the $22 beer parking lot. How many hits has Fozzy had?
One.
One of one?
Judas in my mind.
Their covers are terrible. Like most people try to like do the covers better. His are worse. Like it's he's never done a cover that was like, oh, this is on par with the original. This is like, God, I'm just gonna listen to the original.
Yeah, I mean, why would you listen to that when you could just listen to Ozzy and Black Sabbath, play the song themselves?
Nobody's ever done it better than Ozzy. Okay, I did watch. Did I tell you? I did.
Yeah,
watch.
you told me, and you cried for 2 hours.
Oh my God. They made fun. You saw him. He was here. He made fun of me. I'm like, oh, so I watched the Ozzy documentary and I tried not to cry. And Damien, my son, looked at me in the face and goes, so you failed miserably? And I went, yeah, I did. I cried the whole time. I did my best. No, I didn't. I didn't do my best. I was just like, all right, we're going to do this. I'm going to get it over with. Parts of it were funny. I laughed while I cried.
That's good. That's good. It sounded like it was a full circle closure kind of moment for you.
I guess. Gods of Rock and Roll is still on my playlist. Me and Evie sing it on the way to basketball a lot. It's great. What else we got?
So you alluded to this earlier, and the internet would have us believing that the Prince of Saudi Arabia and the Riyadh collective thing that they've got going on over there is building a brand new stadium for the Royal Rumble. And recent pictures and updates would have us believe that we might be in some trouble.
It's
because that is like a concrete shell that is clearly not ready for human consumption, let alone the likes of a ginormous event like the Royal Rumble that I can only imagine has a large, elaborate set, because Triple H seems to have brought back large, elaborate sets for pillar events, which I'm okay with. And I think they probably end up in the same building that they're always in, unless this has all been a ruse. But we've not gotten any confirmation that it would happen in that same building since it's been announced that the Royal Rumble would be taking place in Saudi Arabia.
No. It certainly, the pictures we've seen certainly look like that building is like 6 months out. And
on a good time frame,
right?
A great time frame. But
we're 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
we're actually we're a week from Saturday out, so we're 3 days short of 2 weeks out now.
Yes.
To be fair, we saw that picture on Friday of last week, so we were 2 weeks in 1 day out when we saw that picture. So who knows? Maybe they raised the dead, and they've made insane progress in 3 days. It's entirely possible. Maybe we'll see a picture on Wednesday of this week where it's like, oh man, they're like installing turnstiles. That being said, I don't believe that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that building is going to be scrapped. As far as this ain't going to be it. This is maybe the next one, guys. I feel like we're going back to whatever building they were in last time they did, whatever show they did in Saudi Arabia. That being said, I'm not going to I'm not watching. It's going to be.
Oh, here you go.
No, I don't even know. I haven't even paid for ESPN. Like I'm.
Here you go.
I'm not even
happy horse shit already.
I haven't even paid for your ESPN. It's gonna be at like 1 in the afternoon.
Oh, speaking of, did you see there's a class action lawsuit being launched against ESPN, WWE, and
I did. I
Uh,
did. Because it's
yeah,
and
that's
they
not going to
should.
end well for ESPN and WWE.
It's not. It's yeah. This is all very ESPN particular. Like ESPN's gonna eat this like in the face. Bam. Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like they're like that's gonna be the like, hey, fuck you kind of thing. Also, everybody who's sort of like signed on to ESPN is like, hey, nobody is subscribed to you, by the way. So like our numbers are insanely low. Our investors are mad. So we're done with you, by the way. So part of me just kind of wants to ride this out for like through WrestleMania, like because that's probably what it's going to be, right? Like this is going to be the lowest watched WrestleMania
See,
ever.
I was one of the fortunate ones with the switchover that I have the ginormous Hulu package that was included in.
Mhm.
So for me, it was really no sweat off my balls. So like that worked out really well for me. I was one of the fortunate ones.
So I had cable, but like I realized that like if I canceled cable, I saved $100 a month, $100 a month, and I was just like, I don't watch cable, and they were like, oh, but you're gonna lose ESPN, and I'm like, yeah, let me see what happens, because like worst case scenario, I'll pay $6 a month for like after this Saudi bullshit, I'll pay $6 a month for a.
I can't even take you fucking seriously when you say
I'll pay
this.
$6 for a
Like,
VPN,
I really
and
can't.
then I'll just watch it on Netflix, and I'll pretend that I live in Europe.
So we're both in agreement that this stadium thing is a giant charade.
Oh, it's not happening in this state. There's no way, unless the pictures we saw were like 10
Last
months
year,
ago, which they weren't. There's no way. There's 0% chance that's where the Royal Rumble is taking place. 0%. Like it's gonna happen at the same arena it always happens in. The same like 10 Saudi princes are gonna be up front, and you're gonna have everybody behind them who is very excited to be there. Oh my god! And honest to God, that'll be fine. It like on television, it will be fine. As far as money is concerned, WWE is going to get paid the same amount of money. They'll just have to turn away, 20,000 people, 30,000 people. That's on Saudi Arabia. That's not on. That's who cares. Like I don't care. They're turning me away. I'm not even going to watch live.
ugh.
I'm gonna steal it.
I figured. So, Tom,
It's not working.
Tom. I don't know. Royal Rumble. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. Really am. Really excited for the Royal Rumble.
I'm excited for whomever is going to win the Royal Rumble. It's a really interesting year that they could really like fumble.
You think they give that? Do you think they let Cody win the Royal Rumble?
I might stop watching wrestling if Cody wins Royal Rumble.
You think they would? Do you think Triple H has the balls to let Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble?
No. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. I mean, if we and the internet existed when Stone Cold won his third Royal Rumble, do we ask the same question? Because like we were like what 16 when that happened?
Yeah.
It's a hard that's a hard like. Is Cody Rhodes Stone Cold? Like, I don't. Have I put too much onus on Stone Cold? Do I like him too much, or is Cody Rhodes not Stone Cold? And even when Stone Cold did it, was it bullshit then? Like, is that?
I don't think it was bullshit then. I think that like
I kind of think it was. Like, the more I think about it, like I kind of think like his third Rumble win was like, oh, like it was so predetermined. It was just it was the murder of kayfabe in a sense of like fucking yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ric Flair should have been number 25 and he should have won it. I don't know. You know, he should have won his second Rumble because he won his first Rumble and won his first WWF title. WWF.
Yeah, 1992.
Wrestling Federation. I don't know, man. Like, we're at a weird precipice of like, is this a crumbling house? Is this a new foundation? Do you throw out an audible? You let Jey Uso win 2 in a row.
No. Jey Uso is a tag champion now.
But if he wins 2 in a row, you let him lose.
No. I think that it's got to be something different. I think it's got to be a debuting superstar. I think it's got to be a returning superstar. I think it's got to be somebody that we least expect, that management is high on, that they feel some sort of way about. I would, if I'm being honest with you, I would love to see it be Jacob Fatu. I would love
Jacob would be great.
Yeah, I would love to see it be Jacob Fatu. I think I could get behind somebody like Finn Balor winning, maybe Dom Mysterio winning.
Dom's hurt. I would love Dom. Dom winning would be great, but Dom's hurt.
We talked a couple weeks ago about WWE being in the middle of this youth movement, and I don't know that Obafemi's the guy that you bring in and he wins the Rumble. I think that you give him that Keith Lee finish, you give him the rub with, Roman Reigns or somebody like that, and let that be how that plays out. But it's got to be somebody that you don't expect at all to win the Rumble. And then I think you go with a more safe choice to win the Elimination Chamber, like a Roman Reigns, to, pair up against CM Punk. But, like, you give Drew McIntyre something that he's never seen before. And, like, I think that – and that's my opinion. And I think that that's kind of how that needs to shake out. You get somebody over and in a big way, and you build your future. I mean, Jacob Fatu is what, 35?
Hold on. $33.
So, like, you got a lot of gas
and no brakes
on that guy to just be tearing down the roads to WrestleMania. I think Braun Breaker is too predictable to win the Royal Rumble, and I think that while he's there, I don't think he's quite there yet. I think he needs a couple more defining moments in order to be like, all right, this is our guy.
And he's 27.
Yes. Same with Bronson Reed. I think he's there, but he needs some bigger defining moments to be like, 30, okay.
He's 39.
Yes, but you've got far less legs with Bronson Reed than you do Braun Breaker or even Jacob Fatu. Yeah. But you've still got some miles left on those tires one way or the other.
I wouldn't hate a Bronson Reed win, if I'm being honest. You have Bronson Reed win and you have him point at CM Punk and be like, fuck you, I'm taking that. And then, but like, unfortunately, that breaks up the division. That does a bunch of things. Also, we have now reemergent. Although he ate the pin tonight through shenanigans, you have the returning Austin Theory, so who is also like 26 ish, and a guy that everybody has been high on, and Paul Heyman is a favorite of. I don't know and you have Trick Williams, you have Obafemi. It's really unfortunate that like we had an injury tonight. Hopefully it's short term and he's still able to enter the Rumble. But even with Javon Evans, who is bouncy and who would have had at least a big. I don't expect Javon Evans to win the Royal Rumble literally ever, but like could have had a big spot. That might be in contention now, depending on maybe he just tweaked it. It could be anything. And maybe they're just being cautious because, like, hey, this guy has a big Royal Rumble spot coming up, and like, a sprained pectoral is better than a torn pectoral, with the Royal Rumble being whatever 10, 11 days away. It's a weird, shaky spot right now because it's a make or break spot, right?
Yeah,
like you need to have a bunch of guys have a bunch of big spots. A bunch of new guys have a bunch of big spots. All the guys we just mentioned. But you also need to have the winner not be Jesus Christ, him again, kind of a thing, right? Like, obviously you need to be like Cody's going to be there, and Roman's going to be there, and fucking Jey Uso's going to be there, and like you need that. That needs to be there. But like, if Jey Uso wins, like, everything, like, shit's gonna melt, like things are gonna fall apart. If Roman wins the Rumble, it'll be a pop there. But like, what are we even fucking doing here? Like, Roman's 41. Roman's our age. Like, what are we even fucking doing? Like that kind of thing. Like, you're gonna get a lot of that. So it's tedious, and you have to thread that needle. And you have to pick the right guy at the right time, and you've got like 12-ish days. So I don't know. Man.
I think it's going to be really, really interesting, and I do think that it is a pivotal moment in what 2026 is going to look like. And it feels very up in the air right now, which is exciting. But at the same point in time, with how I feel about the current product, it's kind of alarming also. So I'm going to be really interested to see how this all shapes out come next Saturday, the 31st.
Who do you think wins the Women's Rumble? Because that to me is like almost as interesting, but like not as contentious. Like, it's not going to be Rhea.
No, a lot of tag teams. I think we get a returning Bianca Belair, a la Charlotte Flair. That definitely goes for a big pop, regardless if she wins or loses.
Bianca winning would be like that's an easy like layup.
How far out are we on Naomi? I don't know off the top of my head.
Where I don't think that she doesn't have a kid yet. She's pregnant.
Because that would make a ton of sense if the timeline's added.
That's
up.
a like next year thing, I think. If I'm being
no way.
Well, like like for her to win, like even if like I think that Jimmy is not on the European tour, and I think it's because Naomi is like due. So I think her Rumble is out. Jimmy Rumble is probably out. Jay proclaimed tonight he's going to be in the Rumble. Jay's not going to win the Rumble, but I think this is okay, the Usos have the titles. They're overseas. Jay doesn't it doesn't have much to do other than like be in the Rumble, have a good showing, get tossed out, and then fuck off for a little bit, and then his brother comes back. They lose the titles, they have a little fallout, and then they go their separate ways again. Naomi comes back, but like we are sort of in a static period for those three folks, particularly. As far as women are concerned, I think that you have um, several people do really, really well. Lash Legend is going to do really well in the women's side. Nia Jax, a favorite of yours, is going to do really, really well on the women's side. So is Jade's a champion, but I think that we could see Tiffy win the Rumble. She's been posting like training pictures. I wouldn't love it, but like that's an easy like thing. Charlotte does well. I think you have Jordan Grace win, if I'm being honest.
I mean, they're positioning her to be a big deal already, like right off the rip against Jade. That would make a lot of sense, I think. Just get her in there, win the Rumble, set her and Jade up for WrestleMania, and that's just the road that you take. And then let the Elimination Chamber sort out the Stephanie Vaquer thing. And I think that at WrestleMania you crown 2 new champions.
Absolutely. I'm in agreement right now, and I think that's on the table. If I'm being honest, I think that like they're weighing their options, but I think that's a potential on the women's side.
I think the only world champion that retains at WrestleMania is CM Punk.
I think he loses to Braun Breaker at SummerSlam, but not before then. I agree.
My opinion. So, and I mean, I would love to see Roman and CM Punk for the heavyweight title at WrestleMania. That would make a lot of sense to me. And I would definitely, I don't think I would complain. A lot of people would complain, but I think CM Punk, you give CM Punk that win. And then, Roman does what Roman does. And, when he shows up, it still feels meaningful, even when it's not. And you just let Roman be Roman, man. He doesn't need to be the champion anymore. He propped the brand up. And then, I mean, maybe next year you have that Hulk Hogan effect at WrestleMania 9 where, you do what's best for business, brother. But, like, I don't think that we need to worry about Roman being a champion right now. And I think, again, CM Punk is the only world champion that retains at WrestleMania, and that's another hot take of mine for the day. So,
somebody has to, and he makes sense. I mean, spoiler alert.
And I think that like I said, you shock. Yeah. You shock somebody. You shock the world with somebody at the Royal Rumble. You go safe with Elimination Chamber. Your safe pick goes on to face Punk. Your shocking pick goes on to face fucking Drew McIntyre, and that person beats Drew McIntyre for the title. I think that's just kind of how that needs to be situated, and that's my opinion. And I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be butthurt about it. We'll just be along for the ride. So, but that's just my opinion, and that's what I think should happen. Obviously, I'm not a booker for WWE, and I'm certainly not an internet fantasy booker. These are just my opinions. So. Yeah. Royal Rumble's going to be pivotal, though, and so is Elimination Chamber. I think the next 2 PLEs are going to be they mean an awful lot for the direction that we're going to head through the rest of this year.
And also Saturday night's main event, like the Rumble seems to like be a 2 Saturday thing. Like we get Saturday night's main event, and then we get the Royal Rumble. Walt Kenobi.
Yeah, I just sent a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi to my wife. She's getting ready for bed. I just took a little screenshot and I said, "By the way, this is my outfit all day, and you let me go out like this."
Walt Kenobi.
Because like I'm wearing brown pants and like I've got on like brown fucking Jordan 1s and like the whole I'm full on.
You were the chosen one.
Full on. I mean, and like I got my little got my haircut today, so the bun's been in full effect all day. Yeah.
You were meant to save the Republic, not destroy it.
Yeah. I definitely. But you know what? I'll wear it again because I look fucking good today.
You do. You look fantastic. It's your. So it was cold, and I have my biggest hoodie on. That's literally my.
Pull over.
It's a hoodie. It's got a hood. I've got a hood.
It's a cardigan. Oh no. Oh, you're still there. I dropped my phone. It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. The thing looks like it's overly warm. Like you could survive the mountainside of Mount Everest in that.
I was out all day with no coat, just this. Fantastic. I mean, it's a little cold. Hold on.
I will say this is one of my heavier weight cardigans. I actually just bought this. Love it. I wore it as my winter coat today, and I was toasty everywhere we went.
My mom and dad got me this for Christmas, and I've been in it since the temperature dropped. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Shout out to my parents
for buying you a $90 hoodie.
It was like 80, but yeah. Shout out to my mom and dad. This was literally my Christmas. This was like my big Christmas present.
Shout out.
I've basically been in it since January 1st.
Shout out.
I was trying to see if it smells like food. I do need to wash it.
You know, somebody, Tom, that could just add to some speculation on Royal Rumble entrance is the internet's favorite darling.
Oh no.
And that's Powerhouse Will Hobbs.
Yes. Okay. Hero of mine. Are we seeing Willie Hobbs in the Rumble? Look how good my hair looks. Holy shit. Fuck the hat. I don't need a hat.
You don't look like a 41-year-old dad at all.
No.
No.
I look like a 47-year-old CM Punk.
April, could you grab me my orthopedic socks, please?
First of all, I also don't. There's no spot back here. I'm good. Anyway,
buddy, I have a man mane. Okay.
I know, buddy. Look. We are blessed with incredible hair. I don't know how we did it, but we did. We win. We won. You and I, winners. This is what a winner looks like. Winning. Anyway, fucking Willie Hobbs. Apparently, WWE, so a little bit of backstory. Apparently, WWE, that whole like college talent program has not fucking worked out. Not even a little bit. It was like, oh, well, we got like 3 people out of it, but also like we got their failure rate was way too high. So back to pulling in indie wrestlers and former professionals and hey, what's AEW got going on? So looking to hire them types of people. Will Hobbs being a guy who is going to let his AEW contract expire if it has not expired already. I don't believe that it has. I think it's coming. But a guy who could potentially be in the Royal Rumble, Will Hobbs, makes infinite sense.
He'd be a fun number 3 because that number 3 spot's usually like somebody that they want to be a big deal. Like AJ Styles came out at that in that number. Finn Balor's been number 3. In the past, that number 3 spot.
It's a great spot. And I think that like you have Roman toss him like after everybody's in the ring at some point, something like that, right? Uh, but Will Hobbs is like the kind of guy. How old is Will Hobbs? Hold on, we can find this out.
I don't even think he's 30.
I agree. Will Powerhouse Hobbs, 1991. So no, he is 34 years old.
Really?
Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs. So same age as Jacob Fatu. I feel like similar potential, but like different trajectories. You could have them on separate programs. You can put them together. Big meaty men slapping meat. Hobbs is so good. I fucking love Hobbs. Like, as far as a guy who I think has like the potential, like, and I feel like there was a point in time where, like, 5-6 years when he was still in his 20s, it was like he will he or won't he, and like WWE was in a different spot at that point. But now I feel like he's like a guy who's like, yeah, this guy's a star, especially if you put something behind him because he's big, he's strong, he's got the right presence, he's got the right attitude, he's the right guy. He could be a Dave Bautista, and that's how I see him, as sort of like a Dave Bautista kind of a guy. A guy that walks in already huge, just fucking good at what he does. And, he doesn't have a huge move set, but like the move set that he has is good. It's very solid. He's very strong. His presence is good. Could be a great Paul Heyman guy. Although his promos aren't bad, but could be a great Paul Heyman guy, and a guy who Paul could coach and then hand the mic to, kind of a guy. So I would really, really, really like to see what Will Hobbs could do in WWE. And so if he shows up at the Rumble, I will be very excited. And I will be like, yeah, that to me might be a highlight of the Rumble if he's there. But also if he just makes a debut post the Rumble or even post WrestleMania, like the Raw after WrestleMania, you get some sort of Will Hobbs, and he'll probably get even if he shows up in NXT for a year, like that wouldn't be terrible. He's a young guy. A short little like post WrestleMania NXT run would be good. So would love to see Will Hobbs in WWE because I feel like he's a WWE guy, right? Like he's the kind of guy that would succeed because AEW doesn't really do well with guys of his size, because like it seems like he should kill everybody in AEW, and like they tried to do that they did their best, but it's just like they just don't have the roster size, so it doesn't make sense. It's like my daughter's basketball team. They're all very little, and sometimes they play these farm girls from the middle of Pennsylvania, and it's like, yeah, they outplay them, but like it's really hard to shoot a bucket when whomever you're trying to shoot a bucket in is standing in front of you is 18 inches taller than you. So it's just like, okay, we got these little like girls who are like 3'10" trying to like shoot a basket on these girls who are like 5'2", and they're just like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm here for it, man. I do. I agree with you. I think it'd be a great addition to WWE. I also think that he would do well in the WWE format. My question is, at 34 years of age, is he main roster ready as it sits right now, or does he have to go to NXT for a little while?
I do think that he has to spend 6 months in NXT. I do.
Yeah, well, we said the same thing about Ricky Saints and about Ethan Page, and those guys are still there.
maybe they all come up together. But like, you're right. You're right. Those guys are younger though.
I don't believe that they're much younger. Ricky Saints, yes.
Well, I mean, okay, they were younger a year ago when they showed up. They're the same age now. I don't know. It's
Ricky's 33 years old.
well, so's Hobbs, right?
He's
33?
34.
34. Okay.
Or I'm
And
sorry.
then-
I'm sorry. Ricky's 35.
Okay. So Hobbs is 34, a year younger.
And
then,
Paige is 36.
Okay, so potentially Hobbs is also a lot bigger than those guys. So like, I don't feel like a year in NXT hurts Hobbs, but it puts him in the like sense of like, all right, when he's done in that NXT year or 6 months or whatever, he has to show up and have a main event slot, right? He has to show up and put Roman Reigns through a table, right? Or he has to show up and knock Cody Rhodes' head off. I don't know. It's a tight window, but is that a thing they can do? Because like they've had so many guys kind of come up from like men particularly that have come up from like, you know, Gable Steveson type of guys who were like, oh, this is the next guy. No, this is bullshit. You know, they've had some success with some of the women, but like the only guy they've really had success with was Braun Breaker, who is a legacy. I mean, sure, he was part of that like, that like college program because he was like a college football star, but like his father and his uncle are the Steiner brothers, legendary like wrestling family. He's basically like the equivalent of like showing up as Bret Hart, you know, or like, you know, showing up as Randy Orton. Like it's not the same with him. You know, they've had some success with the women with Tiffany Stratton, and you know, Lash Legend, but also like it's not produced the fruit that they're looking for. So if you take a guy like Will Hobbs, who has had television experience, and it has been like a kind of big deal on television, just sort of like aimless and not having the right sort of like booking behind him, not the right storytelling. There's nobody writing his promos. There's no Paul Heyman there to like say, hey, do this, do that, do this, do the other thing.
Right.
You know, he's got a lot more potential with some good influence. And hopefully that's that's where he ends up. But I don't know. It's sink or swim really for him. It's going to be it's going to be all right. 1 year, $500,000. You know, we renew your contract. It's for $3 million, and you're on the main roster, right? That's what you do. Sink or swim.
Yeah, I don't think that enough of these guys are given the ability to do that when they come to WWE, and I think that I think he'd be a great addition to the WWE roster, whether it be NXT or the main roster. He is a big boy, and I think he's got a ton of charisma, and he's not really been given the opportunity to show a lot of that in AEW. While he's had some flashes, and I mean, obviously, you know, he works a big man style, and he's kind of plodding. He's not perfect, but he's very believable. And I think that he has the ability to be a big star for WWE. And I hope that he's able to get over there, and I hope he's able to get over when he gets there. So
Yeah.
Really looking forward to the next couple of months with the WWE product. You know, I've not been a fan of where we're at currently, and that could just be a me thing. But we'll hit the reset button here, and like I said, I generally start to get really excited once the Rumble starts to roll around, and we are in Rumble territory. So really looking forward to the Royal Rumble. I hope that it's if it's above average, I will be content.
And then if we get some they seem to be ready to inject fresh blood, and I'm just waiting to see with the Jacob Fatu thing, with Drew winning the title. I'm just like, okay, you guys seem to be on the right track, right? Everything seems to be ready to give us this drip feed of new, fresh thing. And then a year from now, we're going to be like, oh man, they fucking did it. Or we're going to be like, they caved and Roman's the champ, Cody's the champ. All the young guys are buried. It's like we're at a precipice here. And it's like, can we just get over that top? Because when we do, and we've seen it before in our lifetimes many times, when you get over that hill, it's great. And maybe the retirement of John Cena was sort of that the period on what we were looking for. Okay, look, Goldberg retired, AJ's gonna retire, fucking John Cena retired. You got Gunther out here slapping the shit out of and just knocking veterans down left and right. Are these new guys about to? Is he holding the line so that the new guys can crawl over the top? And I hope that's the case, and I hope that's what they're doing. Because if they back off and if they're fucking investors, guys, we got to bring back the ghost of Hulk Hogan.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Hey, what if we will let Rey Mysterio win the Royal Rumble and then win the title? Or CM Punk is the champ for the next 4,000 days. That's where we are, right? It's we have to it seems like we are poised to bring on a new era of guys who need to just pick the torch up and run with it.
I agree.
Or will they trip those guys and let some old guy pick it up? Will Billy Gunn return to finally be the champ? That's kind of the I don't think that's what's going to happen, but that's they've got such a clear home run here with a lot of big talent, and they just need to have faith and pull the trigger. That's it. Just do it. WrestleMania's coming. Royal Rumble's coming. WrestleMania's coming. Pull the trigger. Let's go. Because if you put it on Cody and Roman again, and Seth comes back, and he's back in the title picture, and it's the same three guys for the next 2 years, and Brock Lesnar hangs around for another year, you're going to get a lot of people to check out, myself included.
Friend of the show, Pat Martin, wants to know, is AJ going to do the retirement matches? Yeah, they're doing all that right now, bud. Making a big deal about it right now.
Tonight, they did. AJ and Gunther came out. Gunther said, Gunther told him straight up. He said, I already beat you. I showed that I'm smarter than you. If you want to fight me again at the Royal Rumble, because Gunther declared for the Royal Rumble, and then AJ came out. And he said, if you want to fight me at the Royal Rumble, you're putting your career on the line. And then AJ talked to Adam Pearce backstage and said, hey, yeah, I want to do this. I want a rematch. My career is on the line. And I'm going to fight Gunther at the Rumble. And Adam Pearce said, we don't go back from this. This is it. And AJ said, I know. let's go. And they shook hands. They said, all right, it's official. So we get Gunther and AJ at the Rumble for AJ's career. However that ends up, I hope that's not really the end of AJ Styles. I really hope that like he gets a little bit more from that. I hope he gets the rest of the year. But you know what? If that's it, if AJ goes out at the Royal Rumble this year, as you know, gets the standing ovation and the like, thank you guys, I love you, kind of thing. I won't be mad at it.
No, he'll leave the same time that he showed up. At the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. I won't be mad at it. It'll be one of those like, oh, well, I mean, he's not John Cena, but like that'll be my thought. But it'll be like he showed up at the Rumble, he left at the Rumble, and honest to God, we're gonna like AJ's probably gonna cut his hair and be a producer, and we'll see him break up fights every great now and then on Mondays or Fridays for a couple years, and then he'll just sit in the boardroom and put matches together and talk to guys, and it'll be great. It will be great. Like the man's had a fantastic career. If he goes out with a great match with Gunther in a couple weeks, in whatever it is, 10 days now, or no, 12 days, 11 days, 12 days. Okay, awesome. Love AJ. Love everything he's done. But like, we're wrapping it up. Like, what am I missing? What are we missing? What's he missing?
Right.
Have a big match to go out. Give it time. Have a good match. That's all we can ask for.
That's it. And AJ is generally good at giving us great matches. So, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see what the future holds for AJ Styles. Tom, we've come to that point in time in our journey this evening where there's only one piece of business left, and that is the internet world famous One Fall WrestleCast match of the week. Tom, what is your match of the week?
You're not going to be shocked. My match of the week was the defending Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. But I do want to shout out Finn Balor versus CM Punk. While it was not a better match, it was less gimmicked. It was more straightforward. There were a lot of holds, but Balor came out to his OG music. Bum, bum. There was no interference. It was a very straight-up wrestling match in Finn Balor's not quite hometown, but it was in Ireland. It was in Finn Balor's home country. Good match. That was my runner-up. But my match of the week was absolutely like, it's hard to say. Like, Cody versus Drew was great. Like, they pulled out going into it sort of being like, oh God, is Cody going to win again? But then Jacob showing up and the ending. But like, also Drew was just about to win. Like, Drew had it won. And then Jacob showed up and beat up everybody. And Drew still won. And it was just one of those matches that was just like, they pandered to me so hard that I was just like, I couldn't believe they did it. And whatever, 10 days later, I still can't believe they did it. And then, the following Friday, they doubled down and loved it. It's the kind of booking that I wish WWE did more often, but I understand why they don't. But when they do it, it feels really special. So that's really my match of the week because it felt special. I didn't think they were going to do it. I thought they were going to chicken out, but they didn't chicken out. And they really did what needed to be done. And that's my match of the week. It was the right booking. It was the right match. Both those guys gave every bit of their heart and soul into it, and that's the match. That's it.
For some reason, I'm not surprised that was your match of the week, even though it was from 2 weeks ago. But obviously, we had the layoff due to the Steelers playoff game. Rest in peace, Pittsburgh Steelers. Rest in peace, Mike Tomlin.
Which also I could have booked, by the way. We've watched the Pittsburgh Steelers lose the wild card game every time they've had the wild card game for the last 10 years, 12 years,
10 for sure.
Easily 10. It's probably been 12. And I'm glad Mike Tomlin's gone because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
I'm not listening to that shit.
I'm tired.
I'm not listening to that narrative. I don't want to be a part of that.
All right.
narrative.
Well, me and Adam sit in the same category.
Yeah,
you can argue with me and him.
Yeah, there's a lot of yins that sit in that category, and each and every last one of you can kiss the fattest part of my fucking ass.
That's the best part.
But that's neither here nor there. My match of the week, in the spirit of match of the week, was Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. It wasn't particularly special, but there's just something about it every time that Ilya Dragunov goes out there that it's like a goddamn car crash in the best fucking ways. And I just love watching that guy just throw fucking bombs and just lay his shit in. And it doesn't matter if he's in there with Gunther or Sami Zayn or Rey Mysterio or Sheamus. He's in there. He's throwing the heavy shots. He's laying his shit in, and his matches are fun. His matches are entertaining. Sami Zayn gets the W, goes into the Fatal 4-Way in Montreal. It only makes sense. But I did, just for the simple fact that Ilya Dragunov is a bad motherfucker, and that is my match of the week.
Ilya's so good.
Friend of the show, Pat Martin, who also is a Cleveland Browns fan, said, I would kill to have a coach like Mike Tomlin.
I would love to have Mike Tomlin go to Cleveland.
Hey, all I know is that Kevin Stefanski got a job post haste there, big guy. So I don't know if that's an Atlanta problem or if that's a Cleveland problem. But clearly Atlanta saw something in Stefanski that Cleveland didn't. So it should be an interesting couple of years down there for the Dirty Birds. With Stefanski and Michael Penix at the helm.
I mean, Tomlin's going to have a job.
Yeah, if he wants a job.
If he right, but before February, maybe he'll just coach high school. I mean, he's made what, $200 million or whatever the fuck it's been. He could just coach high school. He could coach his kids and be like, "Hey, I'm Mike Tomlin. Let's go win some high school championships." What the fuck? I do like Mike.
Pat Martin's Shedeur Sanders MVP next year for the Cleveland Browns.
He should have been this year. I don't think he didn't want to be there, and for whatever reason, they didn't want him there. He was clearly their best quarterback. That was the wildest thing in the NFL this year that nobody talked about. It was he would go out there and do well. Everybody else Cleveland put out there did terribly. It was stupid. So maybe Shedeur Sanders goes out there and just tears everybody apart next year, just out of sheer will and hatred and spite. I like a good spite quarterback. If he has a great spite,
what's to say that old Coach Prime doesn't come to the old Cleveland Browns this offseason?
Cleveland is always interesting, and then it's always a big swing and a miss. Cleveland is literally they've never been good.
The old mistake by the lake.
I don't know how they're consistently just awful. It doesn't make sense.
I do think it's an interesting stat though that the Pittsburgh Steelers have not won a game in Cleveland since Ben Roethlisberger's last season.
Ben Roethlisberger was also like the winningest quarterback in that stadium
Oh yeah, for sure.
until Mitch Trubisky, or no, not Mitch. Who did they have in in Cleveland?
No.
Yeah, it was just. Anyway, that being said, I hope that Cleveland turns it around. It would be
Hey,
great to have a good rivalry.
You're just pandering to Pat because he said that you're his favorite again. That's the
He
only
did?
reason. Yeah, he did. I just didn't put it on the screen.
Oh,
This is why I'm Team Tom, Walt.
well, fair.
Whatever. You know.
I just want Cleveland to be good so that like it means something when the Steelers beat them.
No,
Like
you don't.
it's
You're-
when
you're
Cleveland
done.
wins, it's like,
No,
oh
you're
god.
done. You're done.
All right, I'm done.
You're done. All right. Let's get out of here and go fucking
I have to
drink
pee.
some IPAs and run
I have
some periods on the old PlayStation.
I have to pee anyway.
Hockey. Been playing lots of hockey. Hey.
I re-downloaded Injustice. I'm working on some gear sets.
The old rubber biscuit, you know. Oh yeah, that is true. That's extremely true, Pat. I'm gonna go watch the fourth quarter of the national championship game. Check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_fall WC. That's ONE. If you're hanging out with us, man, we appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. We would greatly appreciate it. And with all that being said, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast. Fucking Cleveland apologist over here. He just